Hi, I'm Abby Smith. I live in Gloucester and I drive this beautiful truck.
What is this truck?
So this is a Scania R Series 2015. So yeah, I live in a Monday to Friday or Monday to Saturday some weeks, maybe Sunday, sometimes every day, sometimes 2 weeks at a time, it depends what's on. I've been with this company, S&G Transport, since January and I love it. We do all kinds of work, we move fish, food, I do a lot of site work, so I move a lot of steel trench boxes when they dig big holes in the ground. So usually I've got a flatbed on the back, but quite often you'll see me pull in a fridge trailer as well. So yeah, love it.
Well, have you driven for a long time, or did you just start recently?
So I've been driving for the past 3 years. So I started off by getting my Class 2, so my rigid licence, and I drove for a company called Travis Perkins for 2.5 years. Which once again is a lot of building site work, and I had a Moffat, so that's like a forklift that goes on the back of the truck, so I had that.
Thank you for the explanations, I really appreciate that.
And then I decided that I really wanted to give the Class 1 a go, so I went and got my Class 1 licence, which was fantastic, and then I really got the bug for it. So I found this company I'd actually seen at a truck show before. And I just love them, and I saw the opportunity come up and I spoke with the owner, managed to get on board, and I really wanted to give the tramping life a go, see what it was like to live in a truck Monday to Friday, and I've taken to it like a duck to water, so here I am.
A really neat way to find a company to work for, notice their trucks at a show, because they take care of them.
Yeah, of course. So I kind of see my trucking career in show evolution. So I met my husband 6 years ago, and he took me to a truck show in our first year before we were married, and I didn't have a license and we didn't have a truck, nothing. And then the second year, because he races stock cars, we had bought our own truck and I'd got my Class 2 license. Then the next year we went to the show, I was working for a company, so then I managed to take a company truck to the show, and then the next year I had this truck. And here we are now.
Yeah,
so
is this your first time bringing it to a show then?
This one, I went to a show a couple of months ago, but yeah, this is my second show with this company. So, but this truck was still working at 8 o'clock last night. So last night I was in the yard, 8 o'clock, jet wash, swiller off, and then obviously I did the 2 hours up to the showground last night. Got here at about 10:30, 11:15, and then obviously parked up this morning, and it's 11 o'clock now, something like that, and we're just cleaning away.
And we can see how serious you are about it, because you've got your gloves on and the rags in your hand.
We're trying. I don't know. We're just doing our best out here.
Can you tell me about the truck, its engine, transmission and all that?
Yeah, so it's a 480, so she gets mistaken quite a lot for a V8, so she's not the most powerful. Obviously 3 axles, tag axle raises, can pull 44 tons. Like I said, we pull a variety of trailers based on the different work we've got. So yeah. My boss, he's got 7, 8 trucks in the fleet, so they're all this kind of paint if you've got airbrush on. This truck has done nearly 1 million K, and obviously she's 10 years old.
But it's beautiful.
Yeah. So it's just a lot of work keeping on top of it, but it's worth it. You live in it, it's your life. You want it to look presentable. I always say, you wouldn't go home and not clean your house. This is my house. This is what I live in, so I want to take pride in it.
Can we take a look in your house?
Yeah, of course you can. I mean, I don't know what the state of it is, but you are more than welcome.
But again, it was working last night.
It was working last night, so just got some spare paint here. So, but she's a double bunk, so quite often my daughter will come with me on school holidays. And then obviously, she's 10 years old, so she hasn't necessarily got all the mod cons. We've got a fridge freezer under the bed. The bunk does pull out. We've got a microwave at the top with storage around the top. So yeah, everything you need to survive a week on the road.
Is it okay if I climb up there?
I'm going to sit this climb up.
Right there. Do you have any trucking background? You said your husband took you to your first
So my husband's a truck mechanic by trade, and he got me into it, obviously, because we bought our own truck to just do his race cars. But I'm not, I had no background in trucking before I met my husband 6 years ago. I trained as a mechanical engineer, and I worked for a company that specialised in high precision grinding. and that's what I did my apprenticeship in 15 years ago. So I worked for that 10 years before I started doing this. So yeah, she's a bit messy in there, I apologise, but she's lived in.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. I'm going to take one more step.
Yeah, you crack on. Jump right on in there.
Does it have air conditioning? Is that a thing here in semis?
I mean, so yes, most trucks do have air conditioning. I'm not going to lie, the air conditioning in this doesn't work right now, but it's, you know, something that will be sorted. But you know, things, when you're working a truck every day, you know, things go wrong. Lights go, you know, tyres go. They're being worked in every day. They're not just sat showing, so you have to appreciate that things do stop working, and we get them fixed when we get back to the yard, and then off we go again.
Well, again, and you said it's just like your house, like you need a new roof occasionally.
Yeah, you do need a new roof occasionally. And like I said, she's nearly on 1 million K. You would expect things to start going. But I'm really lucky for the company that I work for. My boss really keeps on top of it. Any problems we've got, I know I can roll back into the yard at any time and be like, you know, this is wrong, please can you fix it? And he's got no problems with it. So I'm really lucky to work for a great company.
Does this have an automatic transmission?
Automatic transmission, yeah. So in the UK, I know compared to the US, most trucks here now are going to be automatic transition. And when we do our truck test now, anyone who is to go and try and get their license now, it would be in an automatic transmission.
Only in?
Yeah, here now, unless you specifically wanted to do it in a manual transmission. Yeah, it would be automatic transmission. Sorry. We don't, there's no manual transmission here.
That's sort of where it's going in the States too, but since I'm mostly around antique trucks.
Yeah. So our own truck, which we've got next door to this one, an old Iveco Cargo, she's 25 years old, so she's got a manual transmission, 5-speed box. So I have driven manual transmission, but obviously week on week, when you're driving, you're looking for comfort.
Yeah.
And like I said, even though this truck's 10 years old, actually you look at all the mod cons it still has in it, your fridge, your freezer, your microwave, you know, she should have aircon, and stuff like that. You know, actually, you would want automatic transmission to do the amount of miles you do, else you would really start to suffer.
Exactly.
You know?
And I just noticed above the door here, is this to keep track of how high you are?
Yes,
different
so
loads?
in the UK, every bridge is 16.6 foot or 5 metres, and it's a legal requirement to have your height on display in the cab. So we all have that. Any truck you would go in should have their height displayed in the cab. It won't go for MOT if you don't have it.
Wow.
So yeah, you do have to have that on display.
And then the flag in the window, is that a Gloucestershire flag?
So actually the flag I have in the window is a Devon flag, because this is a Devon company.
Uh-huh.
And then obviously the UK flag. So yeah, this company is from Devon. It's not from Gloucestershire, even though we're in Gloucestershire, but I do live in Gloucester, so I actually travel down for work. So I travel down to the yard on a Monday, and it's about an hour and a half. And then obviously I spend all week in this, and then on a Friday or a Saturday I'll travel back to Gloucester an hour and a half.
So the truck stays with you, or
the truck stays in Devon over the weekend, so I just travel back.
Or a day.
Or
it stays in Devon for a day.
It stays in Devon for a day. Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, once again, compared to the US, the UK, things are a lot closer, or maybe we're just used to travelling a bit more. I don't really know.
We drive a lot.
You drive a lot. Okay, so I don't know. Things are just a lot closer. So, and where this company is based in Devon is actually really close to where I'm originally from. So I actually have family really close to the yard. So I'm really lucky that I can either come home to Gloucester, or actually I'm really close to be able to see my parents and my sisters and stuff like that. So you're making it work, you know.
And you said your 10-year-old rides with you sometimes?
Yeah, she's currently running around somewhere, hopefully cleaning our own truck.
Does she love it?
Yeah, she loves it. And, you know, I think it's really important for the kids to come out and understand work and what working looks like. You know, I don't want to sugarcoat what I go through in the week. I want her to see exactly what it is like on the road, and some days are really hard, some days are really relaxed. You don't know what you're going to get, but I think it's important that she sees why I'm away. I think it's really important she sees how much I love it, because I want her to grow up and be able to think that she can do whatever she wants to do. She can drive lorries, or she can be a nurse, or she can be Prime Minister, or she can go to space. I want her to be able to believe that she can do whatever she wants to do, and I feel like the only way she'll think she can do that is if she sees me living my best life, which is, for me, in this.
Well, your passion most definitely shines, so that is incredible.
Okay,
that you're so driven. So.
Like, obviously, you're still not seeing as many women on the road as you'd like. But there's definitely more and more of us, and I appreciate it is not for everyone. You don't have all the amenities that you need, so you do have to learn to live in a slightly different way. But if you can make it work and it suits you, like, it is really rewarding. And so yeah, it can be tough. I don't want to sugarcoat it. Like, there are really long days. Obviously we have our driving hours and stuff like that, but quite often, every week I'll max out 3 15-hour days.
Is that what you get to do? Is it?
Yeah, so obviously in the US I'm not sure, but obviously in the UK, so we sort of do it in rest terms. So you're meant to have 11 hours daily rest. You can reduce that to 9 hours 3 days a week. So 3 15-hour days. And so that's just working time. So then you can drive 9 hours a day, and you can up that to 10 hours a day twice a week. So every week without fail, I'm reducing my working hours to 9 hours a day. Obviously, if I'm doing a lot of site work, you might be on site for 3 or 4 hours, getting offloaded by a crane or forklift or whatever it is.
Can that count as rest time?
Because I'm working around the truck, unfortunately that's working time. And then obviously in the UK you can drive for 4.5 hours, and then you have to take a 45-minute break and then reset. So obviously you might drive to site in the morning for 3 or 4 hours, then you might work 3 or 4 hours, and then you might drive 3 or 4 hours to your next site, work for another couple hours, and then you're taking your rest at night, but you're trying to get to your next point, your next day, to get to site or whatever. This company, we also do a little bit of European work. So we've got one of our guys now heading over to Belgium. So obviously that'll just be a lot more driving, and he'll get there, he'll offload, and he'll come back. But it's all really exciting. Part of the reason for this company as well is they've got really varied work, which keeps it really interesting, which I like, and I like a new challenge every day. So yeah,
not bored.
Been really good.